that if they put, on the superstitious side, that she will never succeed in the landed until she's forced to get fed up and give it up. But I tell her anyway, the land when she bought the land, which I was naturally against in the first instance, because I didn't know her plans. She's a person who is very what I cannot see today, what I cannot see tomorrow. She have already seen it. You see, the back of when she bought the land, she didn't buy the land so much for herself. She bought it for her children, because she knows that when her children come to Dominica, they'll not be able to get land to build. So she have that land there as a security, so they can go and build there. Everybody, you lost, and anybody that want to build can build a little house there and that kind of thing, or can have a project put up there and so on and so on. So she every time, for instance, she would make a garden, like the last time before she went, the garden was there with pumpkins and dashings and things and so on. And the people on the reap up everything right now, rooting out the tanyas from the ground and leaving the tree on the ground and doing every kind of thing. They just, during the time she was there some time ago, a man came there, said, "What you want?" "I just came to look for a fig." Could you imagine a person coming in your place saying you're looking for a fig and so on? And just doing all kind of things, and people say she'll never succeed until.
What? Okay, that's what people say. What are you doing to help her? Because you know she has a bad leg now.
Well, naturally, Gabriel, I cannot drive, and when we go down there, it's I that will have to go up. We'll go to the land, and where she would manage to dig some taniers, or would gather some things to bring to the car. I would have to lift up the things and bring it to the car. And when it comes to weeding the land and that kind of things like that, we in this modern day and age, people do not cut grass land so much, except if you're cutting down trees and this kind of thing. But we have people now on again to keep down the grass by using weedicide, that is gramazone, and we used to weedicide the place. This year, she managed to get a good crop of bananas, of mangoes, and it was a sad thing that she we got so many mangoes and so on, and we all could not got some, and we couldn't get sale for them because there was a drought on the market. The hotels didn't want, the restaurants didn't want, and we ended up giving it to the hospital and the infirmary and the workshop for the blind and this kind of thing. The peers, she got good sale for the peers. The hospital took quite a few.
One question I have, that is that the end of your report, basically?
Yes.
Okay. One question I do have is the land fenced off?
No.
Didn't we have a project
Yes, we have a project to fence the land.
late last year, early last year, where she was supposed to fence it? I remember we had the designs of the using the poles and everything. What happened to that? I mean, do you have feedback on that, Gabriel?
I don't know. Have we ever given? I know that have been
We,
discussed,
we,
but I
we
don't know
have
whether we've gotten the money together to give
What's
them
an
to it.
estimate on the fencing of the land?
You see, I don't think we've ever gotten the money
Yeah,
together to
but
give them.
yeah, I knew that because it was supposed to be.
I knew if we had to give any money.
It was initially the sign.
We did the signs and we gave them the money for that, but
Right, I
And we
know
get the
that
sign
because
and
we
we
got
get
the
the money.
sign.
But how about
the
what's
fence
the
is,
estimate of the fence?
you see, that's what we'd have to get because I know we give the money for the sign and we of course paid up on the plan, but the money for the fence we never give them. If any money was given, you would have known that, and I don't think that money ever
No,
went.
no, no, no.
So what we would have to get now is an estimate on what it would cost of the fence, as Sammy has mentioned, and then do it. The question is whether we want to concentrate on that now, or whether we want to focus on putting some sort of structure on it, because I think that's.
I mean, structure off, it still has to be fenced off. I mean, because apparently although individuals know it's the land, there is no distinctive definition that this is the land. And I think they're just taking it as open ground, that we could just walk.
Yeah, I frankly believe that we'd have to do it in conjunction with putting something on there, because even if it's fenced, I mean, we used to go to Miss Charles' land and sometimes pick grapefruit without Luge's permission, and it was fenced. We have to do it in conjunction with
it
someone
is
being
fenced, I
there,
think,
because
but
if it's fenced and no one's there,
Yeah.
they'll still jump the fence or
But
break the fence.
still,
It is
and
a bit
and
of
I
a
appreciate, but
deterrent.
still it shows,
Yeah,
there is
deterrent.
something there, and that as compared to an open property.
So is that something then we should focus on right now in the short
Yeah, I
term
mean,
to get
what
someone
would
to
be
put
the
the
best
fence?
fence?
Do you
Are
know?
we talking about the
Do you know
barbed type of
the,
fence?
I remember
do,
Barbed
Mama
wire.
had the whole
do you know the
idea
fence
of
the fence is stuck from
where she
and
said
the
she was
people
going to
going down
grow
to
a
Concord and
vine
so
and
on, they
everything.
rip up fence and everything, you know. Barbed wire and so on, and they rip up wire and they pass
Yeah,
it.
but
If
we're not
it's
denying
metal
that,
road
you know.
stuck in concrete and you have the
People,
solar fence that have these little spaces, like a mesh,
Yes.
instead of just barbed wire, because people
That would be too expensive. That would be too expensive. Hilda. I know the fence you're talking about.
Anything that's
You're talking about chain link.
They call it cheap wire, and I think
well,
they have that
I
stuff.
wouldn't know the cost of it.
They
I
have
was just not
the
Barbed wire would be
but
the
I
cheapest
remember
thing.
clearly
People
Ma
can't
had
easily
an
jump through
idea.
barbed
That's
wire.
why
No,
we
man, I
said
had an
it was-
idea. We had a meeting about it. We had a very detailed meeting about it. But as Sammy mentioned, what we did first was put the sign up when we didn't get an estimate on the fence, and we didn't pay any money because you know she can't be the
And of
expense.
course, it would be a matter of a cost-benefit analysis too. I mean, if it's like my own dozen, a few acres to fence up on a run might involve a substantial cost. And
Might cost at least $3,000 or
if we think
$4,000.
that it might not be enough of a deterrent, then
Well, in important areas, I think the fence would be along the road, where people can just stop on the road. I mean, I'm talking about the main road, and go up the mountain to the, and along the car home road, where is our main entrance when you come, break a left into the car home road.
Is that what Sam is saying? Makes sense?
That sense, okay? You have the mountain at the back, and you have Washington. Washington is to the right if you're coming into the garden.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
up further up
yeah,
this
the
way.
mountain at the back is a natural
Yeah.
thing
And
to
with the
And-
Chinese to the what side is it? To
See,
the sea.
especially if the Chinese could build in a road
Yes.
there, if they don't see
But-
no markers or anything, they know it's somebody's land, but if they don't see markers,
Have they transgressed on her boundary yet?
Exactly. That's
the,
another reason
the
with
two
the-
cocoa trees which when they were making the road they destroyed it. We can estimate and send it to them. And
But the point of the matter that
Yeah,
is
go
just,
ahead, finish with that. What happened after that?
they made an estimate and the rail came down there and checked on the damage and so on.
have they paid yet?
Just make a voucher, I think, for some $180.
$180.
The point that says make is that is
But,
that's important
she
is
haven't
what
got she haven't got any money yet.
the question is to ask is whether in fact
Because when you all come and so on and this kind of thing, and she's dead and gone, that can cause a misunderstanding. Let us be straight. Straighten up.
Washington knows that, he's just trying to.
anyway. I mean that notwithstanding, Daddy, what do you suggest that we do now? I mean, in the situation as it is with people coming on the land, we thought about putting the motel on there. I mean, we've all had our little difficulties and so forth. We're not necessarily where we are with the money, but we're still thinking of ways and means which we can use to put something on the land. What do you suggest? You just come from
I
there.
suggest strongly at this time we put even a wooden building there so we can be there now and again, stay 1 or 2 days or weekend or this kind of thing, that people see us around.
Wasn't
Occupied
there,
the
wasn't
land.
there
Yeah.
any, a building
And
or something?
the fellow
No,
came
no,
in
no, not that.
and-
That's a
and
shed. That's a
And
shed.
Vantil came in and tell us we have to
couldn't stay there.
We have a workshop that the government can take this on at any time.
Well, that's
Because
yes. See, that's just
it's
an
because
ignorant
he-
thing.
he
Yeah,
might be
you
out-
don't tell
he-
just take your
he-
money,
he-
that's
he
what
might-
power
he
is.
might have heard
That's
something
what
like that
power is.
because I think we
That's
between
why
the
this
Chinese.
is-
and
Yeah, but
this
yeah,
kind
but
of
this is an
stuff.
electrician who's
And-
fixing your.
Their
Yes,
land
and
and
government took his land on the bayfront and put him on in bank for him.
This is not a land of we don't have a Wild West
Yeah,
type
it's a land of laws. You cannot do
You
that.
cannot do that.
If it
But
default on
to
something,
an
you can do that.
extended legal process before you take somebody's land. I mean, if it comes to a point where, due to a stalemate, the government
Somebody
takes a
defaults.
decision to take over the land, you may not agree with the money that they give you for it,
Yeah.
but it doesn't just happen overnight.
Yes, you can't just take money here person land and put the money
So,
down.
I don't want us to waste time talking about Van
Yeah.
Til, who's the electrician fixing the fan for you, who's talking while he's fixing it,
Yeah.
and who has nothing really one way to say or the other. What we're saying is the little house idea, you've thrown it out, and let's kind of get feedback on it, because the idea is to have a presence on the land. You all can stay on a weekend,
Yeah.
and we can maybe use it as the nucleus for the project itself.
Yeah, what would it, that's what we have to figure out what is the
Your
cost
mother said,
of the minimum cost that we'll be able to do to put a structure there, a livable structure, not just a shed or hut, but
yeah,
a place where you could, that would probably, have a bedroom, have a
Kitchen
dining
area.
room, a kitchen.
yeah,
Let me just say one thing that Mama and I have spoken a lot about. What happened was while the land issue was in in ferment and turmoil over the cutting of the road and damage to the trees, and while she's trying to get Grail and Trotter and so on to compensate her, this white guy from Ohio or something who's with the construction company for the hotel came by and she was speaking to him and he said that well, his construction company builds little houses, they're cheap and they're nice looking and so on, and he could do
yeah,
one for her.
yeah,
And so she mentioned that to me, so I told her to get the name of that gentleman at the company
yeah.
so we could speak to him because they're located here in the United States and they were the ones doing work on the Shangri-La, is that correct?
Yes.
So that they maybe
He's
could...
project manager.
Right.
He
So,
said he could build some, he's going to build, what he said at first, they were going to build a big hotel, but they're going to build something, I think, you might have heard about the Laurel Club Hotel in the Salisbury
little
area.
chalets like.
They're building little, they feel now, the tourists and some of them, they want little private buildings. So they're going to build a number of two-bedroom house, complete, and this kind of thing. So the families coming in would be able to rent a place and stay.
Is that what Shangri-La is going to be?
I think that's how.
Because the original plan was a very massive hotel, as I
Yes,
saw.
yes.
That was my
And they're going,
understanding.
and they're going to call it the Oriental from Shangri-La. They're going to call it
Oh, that's a
the
change of plans.
Oriental.
So they've changed it then?
They changed it.
I see. Because the plans were no...
See, he's going to build some cheap buildings, but looking expensive.
Okay, so that person is who we want to get in contact with because they might be able to do something for us. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then we might be able to...
This is something that we could set up just like you set up for our time.
Let's tell them first of all where the money is right now, because we don't know that.
The money is currently at Leeton Credit Union.
How much do we have, you know?
The last, anywhere between $900 to $950, I think,
Okay.
as far as the balance is concerned.
Yeah. Could we do a short memo and maybe give us some suggestions with regard to what Sammy said? Giving us some...
I didn't get the question.
Sammy, we basically give us a memo saying what the account balance is and telling us what it is that you expect of us every month so we can continue because we have not done anything for a while.
Okay. I think as far as expectations from each individual per month, it has to be a consensus in the group as far as what is...
Well, it has always been based on what we can do.
Okay.
So what's in between job now? What's this latest next plan? Between jobs.
But tell them what you're doing, Leslie, that you teamed up with this fella and you're going out there. It's not just like in between jobs and you know.
Well, I have to say in between because I just spoke to him, but nothing so.
No, I know in
the
between
ground yet.
jobs, but you're doing, it's not that you're just sending out resumes, you're also doing some little projects here and there.
Hopefully I will be.
Okay.
I haven't started yet.
Okay.
Hilda, what do you want to say about this school situation and your job search and so on?
Well, right now, I'm not really in a job. I mean, I do some part-time work as a nurse, but what happened over the time I was working was that they got someone to work, to do the job that I was doing, and then I wasn't able to go in for a while, and then I got in because the person was no longer there, but according to Gabriel, I will no longer receive the same rate that I received before. It's going to be a lower rate. And the fact is I want to get into an area, which will give me experience in my field. So environmental area, whether it's water resources or EPO, some environmental agency in DCO, the surrounding area. And so I am going to try to work on getting into some program with them and, find out what I could do that while I am at school, sort of like go to school full time and work with them as much as it's possible. So this is what I'm working on right now, trying to get into some job situation, related to my field, where instead of just doing some part-time job at the office or something like that. This is what I'm really trying to do.
Well, that's another side. Because I was speaking to a guy that, about his hazardous material stuff and how he says that engineering is such an important background. I was wondering how much engineering background
Well, actually, it's a good
or is it
thing
more
that
chemical
you,
or biological?
yeah,
Building
you mentioned that because when I was thinking of grad school, I was thinking mainly of doing marine biology or oceanography as, my graduate program. But after speaking to a few of my instructors, I thought about it, and I think environmental engineering might be a better field to get into in
That's a
grad
big,
school.
it sounds like a big thing.
Yes, because
Yeah, we
it
went
will make
on.
me more marketable and everything, and it's also, I mean, right now, I mean, marine biologists and oceanographers, they really don't, they don't get a lot of,
Unless you're Jacques Cousteau and,
yeah, you get work and everything, but it's not as much as you could get if you were into engineering.
Excuse me, who's going on engineering?
We are, Jennifer and myself.
Well,
Well, wrapping up, so we could go further. That's the reason.
right, okay, so we'll wrap up in,
Yeah.
in 3 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a good thing you mentioned that because I have been thinking about getting into environmental engineering as, my graduate program, also than marine biology or oceanography.
Okay, good.
All right.
And I think there's quite a lot of talk back home about environment.
A couple trips, and we've increased the computerization of the program. We've overcome several personnel problems that we've had. And we're trying, I think we're close to a takeoff point. We're trying to get this thing to take off, trying to establish protocol.
Yeah, and I got a flyer from you
Uh-huh.
about
Yeah, I saw you sent me.
yeah, you sent me a flyer.
Right, so I'd like to see, how you guys, Esther and in particular, to how we could use the literature to recruit people into the program, because what we want to do is to be able to use mail order. I can write a prescription, send it to somebody in Bronx Hospital to get their blood test done and have it faxed to me. I think that's impressive. Weight Watchers or Ginny Craig or Richard Simmons, they cannot do that. We want to use the technology. We want to have Esther be able to access the numbers and crunch them.
The June told me that she was working on network. Setting up a network system. Now remember.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about that. But I just wanted to update you. That's where we are,
Okay.
and we have the potential for doing something and for making things grow.
Well, let's all in our prayers give the support necessary to Lawson and Esther with regard to their businesses. Lawson is going to take the PE exam next year. Professional engineering. PE is a professional certification that you take as an engineer. So let's all give him his moral support so he can succeed on that. And personally, I'm continuing to try and build the practice best I can. God has been good to me and the office in sending people to us. Also, as you know, I'm trying to get a house. Esther has completed or is in process of completion the documents, so she can assume the note. By assuming the note, that allows me to get this business is going good, and we continue to struggle on. Esther is doing some work for us at the office, and he's also doing some work for us at the office. So it's been a good year so far, and we hope to end it in the black, right, Esther?
And not in the red.
Not in the red. That's right. Let's all hold hands and wish that we